They look at you and think they can walk all over you. They assume their words can cut you, their actions can break you, and their opinions can define you. But today that ends. Today you reclaim your power. Because the way people treat you is a direct reflection of what you allow. If you are tired of feeling disrespected, if you are done with people undermining you, ignoring you, and treating you like you don't matter, then listen carefully. There's a way to command respect without saying a word. A way to walk into any room and people feel your presence before you even speak. A way to stop being overlooked and start being valued. And it starts with one simple truth: respect is not demanded. It is created, it is earned, and it is enforced. People will always treat you based on the way you treat yourself. If you don't respect yourself, you can't expect others to respect you either. This is a truth that many overlook, blaming others for their mistreatment while ignoring the fact that they have allowed it to happen. The foundation of respect is built within. It starts with the way you carry yourself, the way you think about yourself, and the standards you set for how people can engage with you. Too often, people tolerate behavior that they shouldn't. They let others interrupt them, speak over them, dismiss their opinions, or even belittle them, thinking it's just how things are. But what they fail to understand is that every time they allow it, they are silently teaching others that this is acceptable. People are quick to pick up on what you tolerate. If you don't demand respect through your actions, no one will freely give it to you. One of the first steps to gaining respect is recognizing your own worth. If you doubt yourself, if you question whether you deserve respect, you will unconsciously communicate that insecurity to the world. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about knowing your value and refusing to let anyone treat you as anything less. When you walk into a room, your energy should speak before you do. The way you hold yourself, the way you maintain eye contact, the way you sit and stand all signal to the world how they should engage with you. If you slouch, avoid eye contact, and speak with uncertainty, people will sense that and respond accordingly. But if you stand tall, hold your ground, and speak with clarity, they will recognize that you are someone who expects to be treated with dignity. Respecting yourself also means setting clear boundaries. A lack of boundaries is an open invitation for disrespect. If you let people push you around, they will. If you let them interrupt you, they won't stop. If you never say no, they will keep taking advantage of your time and energy. The moment you start setting boundaries, you will notice a shift in how people treat you. They may resist at first, testing whether you truly mean it. But when they see that you enforce those boundaries without hesitation, they will learn that you are not someone to be taken lightly. Respect is not about being liked, it is about being valued. Many people make the mistake of prioritizing likability over respect, thinking that if they are nice enough, accommodating enough, and agreeable enough, people will respect them in return. But the reality is the opposite. The more you bend over backward for others without standing firm on your own needs, the more they see you as someone who can be manipulated. People respect those who respect themselves first. They admire those who can stand firm in their beliefs, who don't seek validation, and who are willing to walk away from situations that don't align with their values. There is also a crucial mindset shift that must take place. People who command respect don't dwell on past disrespect. They don't hold on to grudges or seek revenge. Instead, they learn from every experience and adjust their approach. If someone disrespects them, they recognize that it is a reflection of that person's character, not their own worth. They don't waste time trying to prove themselves to those who refuse to see their value. They simply move forward, removing toxic influences from their lives and surrounding themselves with those who uplift and respect them. Self-respect is an ongoing practice. It is about choosing yourself every single day, making decisions that align with your values, and never settling for less than what you deserve. It requires discipline, because there will always be people who will try to test you, who will try to see if you are willing to lower your standards. But the moment you stand firm, the moment you refuse to accept anything less than respect, you set a precedent. You show the world that you are not to be disrespected. The way you speak determines how the world perceives you. It's not just about the words you choose, but the way you deliver them. Confidence is not something you ask for, it's something you exude. When you speak with certainty, people listen. When you hesitate, when your voice wavers, when you fill your sentences with weak phrases like I think or maybe, you unconsciously signal doubt. And if you doubt yourself, why should anyone else believe in you? The strongest voices in any room are not necessarily the loudest, but the most assured. The people who speak with conviction, who state their opinions with confidence, are the ones who naturally command respect. Many people fail to recognize that their tone and word choices shape their reality. If you constantly seek permission to speak, if you apologize unnecessarily, if you downplay your own thoughts, you are teaching people that your words hold little value. For example, saying, "I'm sorry, but can I add something?" immediately places you in a submissive position. Instead, say, "I have something to add," and proceed with confidence. Small changes in language make a massive difference in how others perceive and respect you. When you remove hesitation from your voice, when you speak as if you expect to be heard, people instinctively pay attention. But confidence in speech is not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Your body language is an extension of your voice. If you avoid eye contact, fidget, or speak too quickly, you appear unsure, even if your words are powerful. On the other hand, when you stand tall, maintain steady eye contact, and speak at a controlled pace, you project authority. People pick up on this, often on a subconscious level, and they adjust their behavior accordingly. A person who carries themselves with confidence and speaks with certainty doesn't need to demand respect, it is naturally given. Speaking with authority doesn't mean being aggressive or dominating conversations. It means being intentional with your words. It means speaking when you have something meaningful to say and not feeling the need to fill silence with unnecessary chatter. People who are comfortable with silence often hold the most power in conversations. They are not desperate to be heard, they choose their moments wisely. This is a subtle but highly effective way to establish respect. Another critical aspect of commanding respect through speech is eliminating approval-seeking behavior. Many people unconsciously seek validation when they talk. They phrase their sentences as questions. They look around for nods of agreement. They add nervous laughter at the end of statements. This makes them appear uncertain. If you state something, own it. If you believe something, stand by it. People respect those who don't waver in their words, who don't constantly seek external reassurance. When you start speaking with confidence and authority, some people may challenge you. They may test your certainty, interrupt you, or try to undermine your words. This is where many people fall back into self-doubt. They second-guess themselves, they soften their stance, they let others overpower them. But a person who truly believes in themselves does not get rattled. If someone interrupts you, maintain your composure and finish your point. If someone tries to belittle your words, let your confidence make them uncomfortable. The way you handle these moments defines whether people see you as someone to respect or someone to dismiss. The way you communicate is a direct reflection of how you see yourself. If you see yourself as someone worthy of respect, it will show in your voice, in your posture, and in the way you engage with others. It is not about being the loudest or the most dominant, it is about being unwavering in your presence. The world respects those who respect themselves first, and one of the clearest indicators of self-respect is the way you speak. When you own your words, when you eliminate hesitation, when you remove any trace of self-doubt, you send a message that you are not to be overlooked. Setting and enforcing boundaries is one of the most powerful ways to command respect. People will only treat you in the way that you allow. If you fail to establish clear limits, you open the door for others to take advantage of you, disrespect you, and dismiss your needs. Weak people will always test your limits to see how much they can get away with. They will push, manipulate, and exploit any weakness they find. This is why boundaries are essential. They create a structure that defines what is acceptable and what is not. The first step to setting strong boundaries is knowing what you stand for. If you don't have clear personal standards, it becomes easy to be swayed by the expectations and demands of others. Many people struggle with this because they fear confrontation. They don't want to upset others or be seen as difficult. But avoiding confrontation often leads to deeper problems. The more you let things slide, the more people believe they can walk all over you. If someone crosses a line and you say nothing, they assume it's okay to do it again. People will often test you the moment you start setting boundaries. They may try to guilt trip you, make you feel selfish, or even get angry. This is a critical moment because how you respond will determine whether they take your boundaries seriously. If you give in, even once, you send a message that your boundaries are flexible. But when you stand firm without hesitation, people quickly learn that you are not someone to be taken lightly. A major part of enforcing boundaries is learning to say no without guilt. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear rejection or conflict. But every time you say yes to something that goes against your values, your time, or your energy, you are saying no to yourself. People who truly respect you will accept your boundaries. Those who don't respect you will be the ones who get upset. And when that happens, it reveals their true intentions. A common mistake people make is feeling the need to explain or justify their boundaries. They over-explain why they can't do something, hoping to gain approval. But strong people don't justify their limits. A simple "I can't do that" or "that doesn't work for me" is enough. The more you explain, the more you give others room to negotiate or push against your boundary. Another aspect of enforcing boundaries is removing access from those who repeatedly disrespect them. Some people will test you over and over again, trying to wear you down. If someone continues to cross your boundaries despite being warned, the best response is distance. You don't owe them multiple chances. You don't owe them a debate. You owe yourself peace. Cutting toxic people out of your life is not cruel, it's necessary. The people who genuinely value you will respect your limits without resistance. Respect is earned by those who enforce their standards without apology. People admire those who are clear about their values and unshaken by outside pressure. When you set and enforce boundaries, you make it clear that you value yourself, and that forces others to value you as well. Weak people tolerate disrespect, hoping it will stop on its own. Strong people address it directly and take action when necessary. The moment you decide that your standards are non-negotiable, you shift the way people treat you. When you hold the line without compromise, you make it known that you are not to be disrespected. Mastering the power of silence is one of the most effective ways to command respect and maintain control in any situation. People often believe that responding immediately, arguing, or explaining themselves is the best way to handle disrespect or assert their presence. But in reality, silence holds a power that words sometimes cannot match. Those who know when to speak and when to remain silent project an aura of confidence and authority that naturally demands respect. When someone disrespects you, your immediate reaction might be to defend yourself, argue back, or prove your point. However, reacting emotionally only gives the other person control over you. They see that they have the ability to trigger you, and that gives them an advantage. Instead, when you respond with silence, you send a much stronger message. You show them that their words or actions are beneath your attention, that they hold no power over you. This lack of reaction frustrates people who seek to get under your skin. And over time, they learn that trying to provoke you is pointless. Silence also makes people uncomfortable, especially those who rely on manipulation or intimidation to assert dominance. When someone insults you, mocks you, or tries to get a reaction, simply looking at them without saying a word can be more powerful than any comeback. It forces them to sit with their own words, making them feel uneasy. People are used to getting a reaction, but when they don't, they are left questioning themselves instead. This puts you in control of the situation without saying a single word. One of the greatest advantages of silence is that it allows you to observe and analyze people more effectively. Instead of rushing to respond, you take the time to understand the motives behind their words and actions. Are they trying to test you? Are they seeking validation? Are they insecure and projecting their own weaknesses onto you? By staying silent and observing, you gather information that gives you an edge in every interaction. You no longer react emotionally, but respond strategically when the time is right. In conversations, people who speak less but with more weight are often seen as more powerful. When you speak only when necessary, your words carry more significance. If you constantly talk, explain, or defend yourself, people may stop valuing your words. But if you stay quiet and choose your moments wisely, people pay close attention when you do speak. This is a common trait among highly respected leaders and influential individuals. They don't waste words, they make each one count. Silence is also an effective tool in arguments or disagreements. Most people rush to defend themselves, becoming emotional and saying things they later regret. But when you stay silent, you allow the other person to reveal more about themselves. They may talk too much, expose their weaknesses, or even contradict themselves. The less you say, the more control you maintain. People who lack emotional discipline will always try to fill the silence, and in doing so, they reveal their true thoughts and intentions. Using silence strategically does not mean allowing people to walk all over you. It means knowing when to engage and when to withhold your energy. Some battles are not worth fighting, and some people do not deserve a response. When you master the art of silence, you choose where your energy goes, and that is a powerful form of self-respect. Those who understand this are rarely disrespected because their presence alone demands recognition. They do not seek approval, they do not over-explain, and they do not react emotionally. They control the flow of every interaction simply by deciding when to speak and when to stay silent. Controlling your emotions is one of the most crucial skills when it comes to commanding respect. People who are easily triggered, who react impulsively, and who allow their emotions to dictate their responses are often seen as weak and unworthy of respect. On the other hand, those who remain calm and composed, even in the face of provocation, are viewed as powerful and in control. Emotional control is a skill that separates those who command respect from those who are constantly trying to earn it. Many people mistakenly believe that showing strong emotions makes them appear passionate or powerful. But in reality, emotional outbursts signal a lack of self-discipline. When someone knows they can provoke you, they gain control over you. They understand which buttons to press to get a reaction, and this makes you predictable and easy to manipulate. The moment you allow someone to trigger an emotional response in you, they become the master of the situation. You give them power over your state of mind, and that weakens your position. The most respected individuals are not the ones who never feel emotions, but the ones who master them. They understand their emotions, process them internally, and decide when and how to express them. They do not allow anger, frustration, or insecurity to dictate their words or actions. When confronted with disrespect, they do not lash out, they analyze. They do not let others pull them into unnecessary battles. They know that emotional stability is a form of silent strength that demands respect without the need for excessive words or actions. In any conflict or disagreement, the person who maintains emotional control has the upper hand. Most people get defensive, raise their voices, or try to prove a point. But when you stay calm and collected, you force the other person to reveal more about themselves. Their anger, their frustration, their attempts to provoke you all become exposed. They lose control while you remain unaffected. This ability to remain unshaken in any situation gives you an undeniable presence of power. Emotional control is especially important when dealing with disrespect. If someone insults you, belittles you, or tries to undermine you, your reaction determines how they will treat you moving forward. If you respond emotionally, they see that they have affected you, and they will likely do it again. But if you show no reaction, if you maintain composure and act as though their words hold no weight, they quickly realize that their attempts to undermine you are ineffective. Over time, they stop trying, and they begin to see you as someone who cannot be shaken. Another aspect of emotional control is patience. Many people lose respect because they act impulsively, saying things they later regret, or making decisions based on temporary emotions. The ability to pause, to think before responding, and to choose your words carefully makes you far more powerful than someone who reacts without thinking. Patience allows you to see the bigger picture. Instead of being consumed by the emotions of the moment, you learn to step back and assess the situation logically. Mastering emotional control also means not seeking external validation. People who constantly need approval or reassurance from others are emotionally vulnerable. They rely on external opinions to feel secure, which makes them easy to manipulate. Those who are emotionally strong do not need constant validation. They do not let praise inflate their ego, and they do not let criticism shake their confidence. They stay grounded, knowing that their worth is not determined by how others perceive them. Emotional control is a skill that requires practice and discipline. It is about choosing your responses wisely, understanding when to engage and when to step back, and never allowing temporary emotions to dictate long-term outcomes. People who master this skill naturally earn respect because they exude stability, strength, and unshakable confidence. They are not easily provoked. They do not react impulsively, and they do not waste energy on unnecessary conflicts. They control their emotions, and in doing so, they control how the world perceives them. Keeping your personal life private is one of the most effective ways to maintain control over how others perceive and treat you. In a world where people overshare everything, maintaining a level of mystery sets you apart and naturally commands respect. The more people know about you, the more they feel entitled to judge, criticize, and use that information against you. But when you keep your personal affairs to yourself, you become unpredictable, harder to manipulate, and more powerful in your presence. Many people make the mistake of sharing too much about their struggles, weaknesses, and personal issues, believing that it will bring them closer to others. While vulnerability has its place, it should only be shared with those who have earned the right to hear it. When you open up too easily, you give people access to information they may not deserve. Not everyone has good intentions. Some people will use your openness as ammunition against you when it suits them. The less you reveal, the less power they have over you. Being private does not mean being cold or distant. It simply means being selective about what you share and with whom. There is strength in discretion. People who overshare often seek validation or sympathy, but those who maintain a sense of mystery project confidence and self-sufficiency. They do not need to announce their struggles or seek approval for their decisions. They move in silence, and that silence creates intrigue. Others respect them because they cannot easily be read or predicted. When people cannot figure you out, they tend to be more careful around you. They do not know what you are thinking, what your next move will be, or what truly matters to you. This makes it difficult for them to disrespect you because they do not have a clear understanding of how to get under your skin. On the other hand, those who constantly talk about their personal lives give others a blueprint on how to manipulate or undermine them. If someone knows your insecurities, weaknesses, or private issues, they can use that information against you when it benefits them. There is also power in maintaining privacy about your goals and future plans. Many people announce their ambitions too soon, seeking encouragement or validation, only to be met with negativity, doubt, or even sabotage. The most successful and respected individuals do not reveal their next move until it is already in motion. They let their results speak for themselves rather than wasting energy explaining their plans to those who may not support them. Keeping your goals to yourself protects you from unnecessary criticism and allows you to work with focus and confidence. Your personal relationship should also be kept private. Whether it is family matters, friendships, or romantic relationships, the more people know, the more they feel entitled to give their opinions and interfere. When you keep your relationships private, you prevent unnecessary drama and maintain control over your own life. People cannot gossip about what they do not know. They cannot sabotage what is not visible. Privacy creates a shield that protects what is important to you. Another important aspect of maintaining privacy is emotional self-control. When people know too much about how you feel, they can manipulate you. If they see that certain topics make you angry, frustrated, or insecure, they may intentionally bring them up to get a reaction. But when you keep your emotions guarded, you become unreadable. People do not know what affects you, what excites you, or what upsets you. This gives you the upper hand in any situation because you control what you reveal and what you withhold. Maintaining privacy is not about isolation, it is about control. It is about deciding what parts of your life are open to the world and what remains yours alone. The less people know, the more they assume, and the more they assume, the more they respect you. A private person moves with quiet confidence, makes decisions without seeking approval, and commands attention without asking for it. They are respected because they do not give away their power through unnecessary disclosure. They remain an enigma, and that mystery itself demands respect. Demanding respect starts with how you carry yourself, and nothing speaks louder than your body language and the energy you project. People assess you within seconds based on how you present yourself physically, how you walk, how you stand, and how you make eye contact. If you want people to respect you, you must learn to control your body language and exude confidence in every situation. Your words can say one thing, but if your body language contradicts them, people will believe what they see, not what they hear. One of the most critical aspects of commanding respect is posture. People who slouch, avoid eye contact, or shrink themselves appear weak and uncertain. Those who stand tall, with their shoulders back and head held high, automatically appear more confident and powerful. When you walk into a room with strong posture, people take notice. They assume you are important before you even say a word. Confidence in your physical presence makes people respect you instantly because they sense that you respect yourself. Eye contact is another powerful tool in gaining respect. Many people avoid eye contact out of nervousness or insecurity, but this signals weakness. When someone speaks to you, looking them directly in the eyes shows confidence and presence. It lets them know you are fully engaged and unafraid. On the other hand, when you speak and maintain eye contact, it forces people to pay attention and take you seriously. Those who struggle with eye contact often appear uncertain, making it easier for others to dismiss or overlook them. The way you use your voice also plays a huge role in how people perceive you. Speaking too softly or hesitating too much makes you seem unsure of yourself, while speaking too loudly can come off as aggressive or insecure. The key is to speak clearly with controlled volume and a steady pace. Pausing between sentences rather than rushing your words makes you seem thoughtful and deliberate. When you speak with certainty, people listen. When you hesitate or mumble, people stop paying attention. Your movements should also reflect confidence and control. Nervous habits like fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or shifting your weight too much signal insecurity. Confident people move with purpose. They do not make unnecessary gestures or display nervous energy. When they sit, they take up space without looking uncomfortable. When they walk, they do so with intention, not hesitation. Their energy commands attention because it is controlled and deliberate. Respect is also tied to how you react under pressure. When faced with confrontation or disrespect, those who maintain composure gain the upper hand. Losing your temper or overreacting makes you seem emotionally weak. Instead, maintaining calmness, using steady body language, and responding without panic makes people think twice before trying to undermine you. Those who can keep their energy grounded and unwavering are naturally respected because they seem unshakable. Dressing well and taking care of your appearance also contribute to how people perceive you. People judge based on first impressions, whether consciously or not. Dressing with intention, maintaining good hygiene, and ensuring that you present yourself in a polished way signals self-respect. When you look put together, people assume you are competent and worthy of attention. It is not about wearing expensive clothes, but rather about carrying yourself with dignity in every environment. Nonverbal cues such as handshakes, the way you enter a room, and how you position yourself in conversations also play a role. A firm handshake exudes confidence, while a weak one signals passivity. Standing too close to people can make them uncomfortable, while standing too far can make you seem unsure of yourself. Finding the right balance in personal space and movement creates an aura of control and authority. Your energy speaks before you do. People can feel whether you are confident, insecure, nervous, or dominant based on the way you move, the way you speak, and the way you carry yourself. When you control your body language, maintain strong posture, use deliberate movements, and speak with certainty, you create an unspoken presence that makes it impossible for others to dismiss you. The way you present yourself physically sets the foundation for the respect you receive. Respect isn't about forcing others to see your worth. It's about knowing your own worth so deeply that no one can shake it. Carry yourself with strength. Speak with confidence. Set boundaries and enforce them. Control your emotions. Cut off toxicity without hesitation. Move with purpose and let your results do the talking. When you live this way, people will respect you. They won't have a choice because respect isn't given, it's commanded. And from this moment forward, that's exactly what you will do.